to do this November 2021 GCSE chemistry question. Now this is the second to last question, so it's coming up near the end of the paper, so it's going to have a little bit more application. So let's get started. So it says ethane dioic acid is a solid at room temperature. Calculate the mass of ethane dioic acid H2C2O4 needed to make 250 centimeters cubed of a solution with a concentration of 0.0480 moles per decimeters cubed. And they've also given us the relative formula mass of ethane dioic acid, which is 90. And this is the 2-mark question. So first, I'm going to start off with writing down the formulae that we're going to need. So let's write down the main two that we're going to need in this. The first one is mass is Mr. Mole, or mR times mole. And the second one is moles, so I'm going to write that as N, is concentration times V, or C times V. So let's get started with this question. So they've given us the concentration of ethane dioic acid that we have. They've also given us the volume that we need to make. So let's see what moles we would need, and from that we can substitute it into this equation, and they've already given us the MR. That's how we will find the mass. Let's get started. We would do 0.048 times 250. I'm going to write it like this. The reason why I'm writing it like this is because in chemistry, the units for volume is decimeters cubed, but they've given it to us here in centimeters cubed. And so when we write it like this, we can just plug this into our calculator and get the right answer instead of converting it and making an error with our zeros. So the answer that we would get is 0.012 moles. There's 1 mark for that. And then from here, we are just going to plug this in to our first equation that we wrote here. So 0.012 multiplied by 90, which is the MR that we gave, and that should come out as 1. Now we're going to write it here as 1.08 grams and not round it, because in this question they haven't given us the number of significant figures that they want us to write the answer to. So we're going to write the number of significant figures given it to us in the question. So we're not going to include this. We're going to use the figures that they actually wrote in the question. So here 0.0480 has 3 SF, and so does 250 centimeters. So that's why.